And welcome back. As promised, the Calamares installer. I'm not going to get too much into the weeds on anything, hopefully. Let's get to it, shall we? Alrighty, I went ahead and grabbed a copy of Linux Mint, because I know it has the Calamares installer. And for new people, I'll show you how to install Linux Mint using the Calamares installer. And for any Linux distribution that uses the Calamares installer. And as promised, the Calamares installer featuring Linux Mint. This is for new people, so if you're not new, feel free to keep watching. And thanks for watching, by the way. Alrighty, let's get this thing started. Now, before I do this, I'm not going to go through and show you the usual Rufus Etcher part of the video. Yeah, if you need to know that, go back to any of the previous videos, or last couple of videos, and that shows you how to do it. And as a matter of fact, I'll put a link at the end of the video for the previous video. Yeah, let's get going. When you go into your BIOS, disable secure boot, and restart your system, you'll land on the grub page here. I'm not sure if it's called a page or not, but that's what I call it. Alrighty, so you're gonna have Start Linux Mint, Start Linux Mint in compatibility mode, OEM install for manufacturers. Now that bypasses the user information, and then you hand it off to somebody, and then they start it up, and it boots into the sequence where it asks you to set up a user and account and all that good stuff. Hardware detection detects all the hardware, see if it's compatible. It lets you know if it's compatible, I mean. And then boot from local drive or a memory test. So we're going to go ahead and just start Linux Mint. This should only take a couple seconds. This is KVM and it's a lot faster than VirtualBox. All right, we're already on the desktop. Now the installer on Linux Mint does not pop up in your face like bam, install, like you would with Ubuntu or Fedora. It's just the way Linux Mint does it. And one of the main differences between Linux Mint and Ubuntu, no snaps. And if you don't know what a snap is, it's a containerized packaging system. It's for security. It basically puts the program behind a wall, so it only needs to communicate. Has very limited access outside of it. So, at least that's my understanding of it. Alright, so go up onto the top left and double click, and that'll start the installer. And this should take only a couple seconds. A little bit slow, it's an NPM. It only gives this thing 4 cores and 8 gigabytes of memory. You don't need that much memory. Honestly, only need about 4 gigabytes to run this. But I figured to get about 8 just to be on the safe side. My OCD kicking in. I want to make sure it gets installed and runs smoothly. Alrighty, we clicked. Let's go back. This is the welcome screen. The English, asking for your language. Continue. It defaults to English. I wish they would auto sense the area that you're in, and then pop up the language you have, but it defaults to English always. This part is the keyboard layout. Detect keyboard layout. Please press Q, Z. No. Nope. 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 Is that a 4? No, that's not a 4. Nope. But anyways, usually it's just US for me anyways. But it can detect your keyboard. And to make sure your keyboard works, you can type in everything over here. And mine does, so we'll click on continue here. Install media codecs. They don't install them by default because of licensing. They leave it to the end user to decide whether or not they want them or not. Also, continue on that. Preparing Ubuntu drivers. Now, this will erase your entire disk and all the data on it. So if you haven't backed your system up or backed up all your data and information, pictures, all that good stuff, stop, go do that now before you continue, and then restart the installation. Now on the advanced features, they only have use LVM with the new Linux Mint installation. That's Logical Volume Manager. Basically, you can take one drive or multiple, excuse me, not one drive, multiple drives, make it one big, huge drive. And you can't separate it. Well, you can, but there's like an 80% chance or higher that you'll lose all your data and everything will go south on you. I rarely used LVM, very rarely still use it. But if you want to do that, you take that and then you can encrypt your hard drive for security purposes. Take that back to none, click OK. Now, if you need a special installation, we'll call it, you can click on something else and then click continue and it'll take you here. And this is where you set up your hard drive by creating partitions, putting on the flags for them, setting up the file systems, all that good stuff. If you're new, you don't need to do this. It's kind of tricky, but after you learn it, it's not that tricky. All right, it's ready to install. Click install now. If you continue, the changes listed below will be written to the disk. Otherwise, you will be able to make further changes manually. The partition tables of the following devices are changed. Virtual disk 1 VDA. The following partitions are going to be formatted. Partition number 2, virtual disk 1 FVDA, VDA as ESP. Partition number 3, virtual disk 1 VDA as ext4. ESPA is the little slice they put the bootloader on. Click continue. That's correct. And you get to choose your region. I'm in the Los Angeles time zone region. Okay, click continue. And this is where you put in your name, your computer's name. We're just going to leave it standard on there when it pops up with. You can make this any name you want, and you can choose a username that's different from your regular name, or put anything in your name or the username spot. And then you can put in your password. And I'm going to put in my super secret sauce password that nobody will be able to figure out that it's not 123. Or be able to hack. Click next. Almost finished copying files. Now you can pick that and you can watch it. That way you know it's not hung up on you. There's also a progress bar, but I don't like watching the progress bar. Makes me nervous. So I'm going to go and fast forward this part. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. It's done. Let's click restart. Make sure the installation went all good. And this should only take a couple seconds here because, like I said, it's in KVM. And enter when it does that. Pull your USB when it asks you to. Now that's fast. That was real time, by the way. All right, when you'll land on the login page here, click enter after you put your password in. There's your welcome screen after you've got your installation. And congratulations, by the way. You just installed Linux on your system. Or Linux Mint. All right, now the first thing you want to do actually, and it should have this in here. Oh, it is down here, down the bottom. Forgot about that. Let's turn your firewall on before you do anything else. And to do that, you go right here, tick that, and then you're good. Close it out. It's set for deny everything, or deny all incoming connections, actually. Now we can change the desktop colors. I want to go dark, and I want purple. You can choose anything you like here. So I'm done with that. Close that out. Driver Manager would be the next thing I'd go to. Launch that. It'll take a couple seconds, depending on the speed of your system. And no drivers needed. If you're running all AMD, you won't have to do this, but it's always good to check. Close that back out. Next thing I'm going to do is the Update Manager. And the last time I did this, this thing hung. So I don't know if this is going to work or not. Okay. You can read that when you get a chance. Refresh. Apply the update. And your password. Authenticate. Details if you want to watch it. All right, we got a bunch here. Let's see what kernel we're going to. Linux firmware. Blah. Linux kernel 6.14.0-34-34 24.04.1. So we're going to the 6.14 kernel. No, that's pretty stable now. That's pretty cool. You want to refresh the local mirrors? Nope. Do not. Install updates. You might want to. You can probably get one closer to you depending on your location in the world. Put in your password. Hit enter to authenticate. And watch the fun happen. And I'll be back in a minute. After this is all done, this is like watching paint dry, honestly. Okay, reboot required. So let's reboot. Restart. And like I said, this is way faster from VirtualBox. This should only take a couple seconds. All right, put in your password. Hit enter. All right, let's go back. Now let's just, well, we just did the software manager, system settings, backgrounds, effects. You do all kinds of stuff with this. No animations, effect dialog boxes, menus, startup animation, fade effect, Windows effects, all that good stuff. Pull it out. Okay, we're done. Close this out. Close this out. And that's what the app launcher looks like. Go to accessories, graphics, internet, office, sound and video, administration, preferences, places, and recent files. Now, I'm not going to get into showcasing the Linux distribution. I do plan on showcasing distributions here in the near future, but I got two systems I got to build. They're going to be my test benches for gaming, and I got an idea. It's going to be a series. I have to refresh my memory on some stuff, but when I said to show you how to set up a Linux distribution to game, I meant actually build a Linux distribution and then set it up for gaming. So I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and have fun.